Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to season 1 of 911 Lone Star, the penultimate episode of the season. So there's a few things that I should be recording ahead of this because I have obviously a release schedule of the order that I release things in, and I've got a couple episodes of 911 already recorded. I should be recording other things, however, because I'm close to the end of the season, I'm normally very keen to kind of watch the end of the season, but also, I went out for lunch yesterday with my mum and dad, and we were talking about 911 because they've started watching the original series on Disney Plus, because I recommended it to them so much, and we were talking about 911 and the shows and whatnot, and I got really excited for it, so I'm just really keen to watch more of this show, and also to get back to the original show as well, because I feel like I've not watched it for ages. It just feels weird to me to stop in the middle of a season, to watch a season something else, to then go back to it. We've got 2 episodes left, I'm excited to see how this all wraps up. So last episode, we watched episode Monster Inside, and a couple of big things happened, actually. TK was shot in the middle of a call that was seemingly not innocent or normal, but it was nothing about the firefighters or whatnot. It was about this family, and the other guy went into the house because he had dementia, and it was all between those two different groups of people. And right at the end, as the firefighters show up, TK gets shot by the kid. It was so out of the blue and so shocking, which really made me jump. And then we saw at the end he was in hospital, everyone's around him, they've inflated his lung again, he must have had a punctured lung, they've inflated his lung, but he was still unconscious, so they don't know if he's going to have any sort of brain damage or anything like that. Hopefully not, because the episode itself focused a lot on his emotions around his dad having cancer, because they got the dog that had the cancer as well, and he was just really struggling. So I hope that he doesn't have a really traumatic episode and then gets killed off. I don't think he will. But you just never know with these kind of shows what's going to happen. Especially 911 is very shocking, so I don't think he's going to die. But also last episode, we finally know where Iris is. She's in the homeless community underneath that, I think it's a bridge, that Michelle goes and helps out and gives them medication and whatnot. She's in one of the tents, and it was hinted at her last episode before, something like that she was in another tent, or that it was hinted there was someone in another tent that she should go and help. She never got to it, and that must have been Iris's tent. So yeah, we know that she was really struggling with her mental health, really, really struggling, maybe with schizophrenia, because she was imagining people following her, people are bugging her, people are trying to attack her, whatnot, and probably none of that was real. And then at some point, she ended up living in this community, because we saw her right at the end in the tent. Now I wonder, with 2 episodes left, does Michelle find out this episode or next episode where she is? If so, how bad is her mental health? Can she get help? Is she too far gone? Has she been living there the whole time? How has Michelle never walked into her? I don't know. But that's the kind of things I'm looking forward to with this episode. That and movement on the TK storyline. Because I hope he's okay. Or at least awake by the end of the episode. This episode is episode 9 of season 1, and it's called Awakening. Maybe TK awakes from his coma. Other than that, awakening. Maybe someone has a spiritual awakening, a faith awakening. Maybe someone wakes up in terms of realizing that they're in a bad relationship. I don't know. I try and guess what the calls that they go on are going to be about, related to the title. But I'm usually always wrong, because the show just is very surprising, and it does really smart things that I would never guess when I'm doing this a little bit at the start. So let's jump into the episode to find out. If you enjoyed the video, leave some comments down below, let me know what you thought of the episode, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and please take a look at the Patreon link down below to watch the full reaction to this episode and help support the channel. Let's jump into 911 season 1 episode 9. That is 9. I had to double check that was 9. So season 1 episode 9, Awakening. James and Molly's big reveal. Is this a gender reveal party? Actually, that's a concept. I really don't like gender reveal parties. I think it's just so self-indulgent. Plus, was it a gender reveal party that started like a huge wildfire in America or Australia? Something like that. And I'm just like, if you're that... Ugh, I don't know, I have lots of thoughts. I'll leave to the end.
Dang it, Charlie. It's a girl. James, we're finally having a little girl.
Sweet God.
Cool. It's very nice. Whoa! Oh god, see, gender reveal parties. Awful.
But my face will be okay, right?
No.
That eyebrow will grow back in no time.
Wait, what's wrong with my eyebrow?
You say, Captain?
You asked me, the whole idea of a gender
Yes.
reveal party is pretty messed up. People filming
Thank
themselves
you.
rooting for a girl or a boy. It's unseemly.
Yeah, not to mention, you don't get the gender from the ultrasound. You get it from the kid.
Sing it, brother.
Well,
1,
that
2, 6. We're on the
But also, I
move.
just hate the. Oh. I feel like I'm going to rant for ages about it.
What?
Ma'am, are you okay?
She's coming.
How many months is
God.
she?
I bet, like, delivering a baby is, you know,
It's a
exciting
boy.
thing to go through.
That's impossible. That cloud was pink. It was pink, man.
Serves you right.
So help me, Owen. If you throw 9/11 in my face one more time.
I don't want to see more 9/11 trauma.
They're calling it a level 2 coma. Some of his organs started to shut down.
Oh my God, Owen.
Oh, because a little kid shot him.
He's doing better. Breathing
So
on his own.
meaningless, you know?
Everything seems to be functioning okay now.
They didn't die, like,
Come on.
protecting someone or
on, my
because he was
boy.
in the middle of saving someone's life. It was this little kid got scared and shot him. Oh.
He looks like you.
I'm glad you're here. I didn't realize how much I could use the companionship.
I'm glad she's back in it. I really liked her in
And a shower.
whichever episode it was that she was introduced.
Yeah.
I'm guessing?
You're pretty gamey, yeah.
TK. TK? Hey,
Oh,
it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
calm down, calm down.
You're okay. You're in the hospital, but you're okay.
She's my doctor.
Oh, me? Oh, no. No, I'm his, date.
Brought a date.
Yeah, a little bit. But she is cool. We like her.
It's so like you to be sitting here with a hole in your chest and still thinking about somebody else.
Right, I'm gonna go home tomorrow, but I can't even remember it. Is that kid gonna be able to forget it? Okay, there
Sad to think about.
is one more thing I have to ask you, but you gotta promise to give it to me straight.
Sure, anything.
What's the deal with that hot babe, Zoe?
Zoe.
She is not just a hot babe. She is the head of the psychology department at UT.
And she's a hot babe.
She's a really hot babe.
Yeah, she is.
That's because you love Auntie the most.
Okay, it's because you have the
Is
doggy treats. Wait till TK gets back. We'll see how much love you get then.
When is TK coming back?
He needs to heal.
So like a couple weeks.
No, sooner than that.
He was shot.
Yeah, I heard that a firefighter in Los Angeles had a piece of rebar go through his brain. And then he was back at work within a month.
That's impossible.
No, my buddy swears
They
it's true.
reference the original.
California, man.
Lord in heaven, you drive all the way out here?
Lord in heaven.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
See?
Why didn't you tell me you needed help?
Because I don't need any help.
Because I don't need any help. I love the Texas accent.
How long you been laying here in the dark?
Well, since the sun went down.
Oh, so you've been laying in here all day? Well, so you were just holding it all day?
If you watch, any of you watch One Tree Hill,
If you need to.
is that the guy from One Tree Hill? I can't remember what his character was called. Was it Whitey?
It wasn't an emergency anyway. Besides that, I was just fixing to get up when you walked in here.
Yeah, you look like you was just fixing to.
If you can't get off the floor, that's not
You
good
hungry?
if you're living by yourself.
Oh, I could eat.
Do you really plan to hover over me like a mother hen for the next 3 weeks?
They said
You
you
need a
might
nice
heal
big,
up in
like,
10 days.
comfy
but
sofa.
I talked to Deputy Chief Radford. He said to take as much time at home as needed.
That's crazy. You should get back to work.
Now, inside that cave, son, your destiny awaits.
No. Not a
I was
chance.
kind of picturing my destiny including Wi-Fi and sunlight.
Just beyond this passage, the cave opens up into a beautiful cathedral of stone. Every time, it's like a rebirth.
No.
And I won't let fear.
Who's there?
My name's Marjan. I have Mateo with me. We're from Austin FD, and we're gonna get you out of here, okay?
Ethan, okay?
I'm actually
doing
uncomfortable
fine.
because it's
You'll be a
just.
lot better once you're up there, too.
All right, I'm gonna toss this
No.
down, Marjan.
We're gonna pull you out of here, all right?
I can't breathe.
Cal,
Oh,
we have a
God.
problem. He snagged on a rock, and if he had any strength left, he could just lift himself clear, but he's about to asphyxiate.
Ethan!
Look, I know that you're tired, scared,
and you just want to give
Oh
up.
no, I thought I'm gonna cry.
Come on, like you said, right?
Here we go, it's typical 911.
If we face our fears, there's nothing we can't conquer, right?
Right.
So when they say now, you gotta give it everything you got.
Okay, I'm okay. I can feel tears like
On 3.
behind my eyes, but I don't think I'm
Everything
gonna
you've
cry
got.
now. It's like
1,
it was short enough
2,
that when he gets out, okay?
Save me.
No. They did.
Dad's right. He wouldn't have made it without you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Ethan. Daddy, let me ask you this. How come you always go on about her being your favorite daughter, but you never say anything about where I rank among your favorite sons?
You're one of the top 3.
Top 3, oh damn, wow. Thank you. You want some coffee?
No,
Someone's feeling insecure.
getting late. I guess I better be hitting the road.
We were talking, that's the 3rd time you fell this year. And that ain't including the automobile accident you got in last spring, so...
Well, I told you that's because that nitwit cut me off. The insurance company agrees with me.
Is he gonna okay to
What's that got to do
drive?
with anything?
Well, we're just worried about you, Dad. That's all.
There's no reason to worry about me.
Well...
I plan to die in that house.
Well, yeah, at this rate, it ain't gonna be long.
What the hell do you mean by that?
You know exactly what it means. If I hadn't come over there the other night, you'd still be on your keister right now.
The hell you say? And who asked you to come over anyway?
My God, you can be a stubborn old goat.
That's not helping.
What is this?
Would you at least let us get you some help?
Look, I spent 30 years on a rig offshore in the Gulf of Mexico.
He's a proud man.
I've worked through heat.
I know.
I've worked through hurricanes.
Right, yeah, I know, because you're a real hard son of a bitch, and everybody knows that. You know what? But you're not 45 years old anymore. You're 81. And you got gout, and you got your arthritis, and God knows what else.
Yeah. You gotta accept some help. We've all gonna probably have to do it at some point.
Gracie, this was a wonderful meal. You really outdid yourself. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
They are really difficult conversations to have.
Promise won't hurt though, right?
Yup.
Swear?
Do I swear? I swear.
But I used to hate it when I was a kid because I was in hospital a lot. If a nurse said something was not going to hurt and it did, they were not my friend.
Got it!
Oof.
Look, there's not even any blood.
You lied! You promised it wouldn't hurt!
I was like,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was gonna...
Wow, you lied to a child?
Yeah.
You're a monster.
I kind of feel like a monster now. Thank you.
After you left, I kept wondering how Harry got it so far up there.
So you figured it out.
really?
Tweezers.
What an idiot.
But do you think it could be something that turns into something?
What's going on here?
I just want my dad to be happy in case for some reason I'm ever not around.
Oh God.
Are you planning on going into another coma?
No.
I really like her a
It's the second
lot.
time this year that everyone's died. That's a long story.
Why am I
It's acting
here?
really weird.
Honestly,
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure. You know, I feel like I really need to talk to someone, and well, you're a psychologist, so.
I'm a professor of psychology with a focus on human sexuality. But I'm also a really good listener.
Thank you.
Well, it's common when you have a near-death experience, or two. You question your life choices.
But all I've ever wanted was to be a firefighter ever since I was a kid.
I didn't mention that, actually.
He brought that up.
But interesting you did.
Does he not want to do that?
This is Grace Ryder. What's your emergency?
Gracie, I'm cut up pretty good.
Stewart?
I got a little wobbly and fell through the coffee table.
Sugar.
Are you bleeding?
Yeah, like a stuck hog.
Where?
My arm, a little bit, but the bad one is on my leg.
Ooh, that could be that. Oh, that's bleeding a lot.
Are you bleeding above or below the knee?
Below.
Okay, well, they're gonna take good care of you, Dad.
Gracie, thank you. You're a lifesaver. Gracie,
Yeah.
Judd doesn't have to know about this, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Hey.
Hi.
My man.
Hey, dude.
Good to see you, man.
I wonder if he's going to give up being a firefighter.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh.
And she was out with her mother, and they'd gone beyond the buoys. And before I had a chance to blow my whistle, they got caught in a riptide. And they both went under.
Oh.
Mom came up, little girl didn't. And I don't remember jumping in.
Reminds me of like Naya Rivera.
And I got them both back to the beach. Little girl was not breathing. She was turning blue. And my several hours of training I thought I'd slept through, kicked in, CPR mouth to mouth, and it worked. I could feel myself breathing life into this tiny little body.
You know, all I've ever wanted was to be a firefighter for as long as I can remember. I
What?
didn't plan anything else. I didn't consider anything else. I knew exactly what I wanted. At least, I thought I did. And lately, I've been wondering if maybe what I really wanted was a father. TK.
Oh.
Dad, you left when I was 7.
Oh dear.
TK, I didn't leave you.
Yeah, you did. You left our family. I don't know what I'm trying to say, Dad.
What you're saying is you're not sure if you want to come back.
I'm saying I don't know if I can come back.
If it's not for
It's not a
him,
question I can help you answer.
he's got to do something else.
Well,
I hope he stays in the show though.
you're right about one thing. The firehouse is my family. And the 126 is my adopted family. But you are my kid.
Do you know who I am?
Shot you.
A little bit.
You know what? I'm here, and I'm okay, and I just want to make sure that you're okay too.
You're not mad at me?
No, not at all. I know it was an accident. Besides, you were protecting your family, which is super brave.
He was, to be fair.
Sorry I shot you.
You know, in 26 years, I don't think I've ever been more proud of you. You're gonna make a great dad someday.
Maybe him and Carlos can have a little baby.
I'm sorry, Dad. There are no secrets in this marriage.
I told you lately she's my favorite.
You and me both. How you feel?
Now, if you want to live at home, Dad, Judd and I are all for it.
Now, why is it that I smell a butt in there somewhere?
He needs help.
Because we have conditions.
Uh-huh. I have a condition, too.
What do you want, big man?
When y'all gonna give me a grandbaby? What the hell are you waiting for?
Hang on. I think that Grace, we have plenty to worry about. For the time being. Ain't that right?
Oh, do we?
That's my girl.
The look of fear on his face.
I got you. Don't worry.
Explosion. Earth's atmosphere.
Understanding you. Where are you calling from?
No, don't end. What was that? Okay, that was my reaction to 911 Lone Star Season 1, Episode 9, Awakening. And once again, no progress on the Iris storyline. Like, I know we got a lot of good progress in the last 2 episodes, but I was just hoping, right, we're gearing up towards the finale. Let's have a little bit more. Maybe at the end of the episode, she'll see Iris, and then the finale is whatever happens after that. But other than Michelle being in one scene right at the beginning, I don't think she was in... Was she in? Yeah, because she put the gauze on the guy who had the burns at the gender reveal party. But she wasn't in it other than that, and neither was Carlos. Which is a shame. I really hope that with Series 2, that Carlos gets more screen time, and that he gets more to do, because it just feels like he's a bit of a side character that comes in every now and again. I liked the last episode. More often than not, he's Michelle's friend storylines. But obviously now TK casts him as a boyfriend, potentially. I feel like he should have more to do, and I hope he's in more next season, because yeah, I just miss him when he's not around, because he's very pretty. But let's get the gender reveal party argument out of the way. The rant. I'll make it very short if I can. I just don't agree with gender reveal parties anyway. One, as a concept, I feel like they're just very self-indulgent. Like, if you get your kids together and just do a little thing at home by yourselves where you just go, what's it going to be? And like you pop a balloon, whatever. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But when we see the people, I've seen it on here and I've seen it on shows before, where people have these huge, elaborate gender reveal parties where there's loads of people around and there's a big explosion of smoke that goes off. I just don't agree with it. One, because I'm sure it was either America or Australia not so long ago, last year, year before, something, I can't remember when it was, maybe probably longer than that. There was a gender reveal party that I'm sure caused like a wildfire, which destroyed a lot of things. I'm like, all that party was you to tell someone whether you're having a boy or a girl. It's not that important in terms of what it caused. Yes, was unexpected, but you could have just done that by just telling people or just by doing something silly or simple. And then not long after that, I remember it might have been during lockdown or towards the end of lockdowns, next door where I live here, because this is my back garden here, they had a gender reveal party. Big smoke everywhere. My garden was covered in smoke and coloured shit. And I was just really annoyed because it's like, why do I have to suffer? Because you want to go, oh, I want to reveal to everyone having a boy and girl in a big elaborate stunt thing. Like, I know it's like an overreaction, but just I know there's quite a lot of people have a very similar opinions to me, which is just gender reveal parties as an idea are very self-indulgent and unnecessary, but they do cause a lot of problems. So I just think, what's the point? Just have a cake that you cut into and the filling's a different colour. Don't do big explosions and big elaborate things if you have to have one. But like if I ever had a kid, I would just tell people, like just tell me. I don't need a big elaborate thing to reveal it because, like Marjan said as well, which I didn't really think about, you do this big stunt to, yes, I want a girl, yes, I want a girl. And then you had a boy and you were disappointed. And that's not really fair. It's kind of a bit gross. So anyway, I'm not going to rant too much longer because it's not that important in regards to the episode. It was just at the beginning scene, but yeah, don't like it at all. And speaking of the scenes as well, the ending scene, which I think is going to feed into the finale, 911 got a call. It was very garbled, very staticky. I heard explosion, Earth's atmosphere, and then we said, where's the call coming from? We saw like a space station. So the final episode's going to be about something in space, Earth's atmosphere, maybe some sort of solar storm or meteors, but we had that in now on season 3. They had a meteor in one of the episodes, like a little one that came through the house and punctured a hole through that woman. So maybe they won't do another meteor storm. I don't know, but it's something that's happening in the atmosphere or in space that they felt compelled to call 911 about from a space station. Means that whatever's going to happen in the next episode is going to be pretty epic. Could be quite an epic finale. I mean, to be fair, like I've got the episodes in front of me, like the titles, and it is called Austin, We Have a Problem, which I now know is obviously going to relate to that, but I'll talk about that next time. But yeah, really excited for the finale because of that, and because of hopefully wrap up with the Iris storyline, or at least progress of that. So there are some good things to look forward to next week. But back to this episode. TK awoke from his coma, awakening, I guess, and he wasn't so good. Like, he was debating his life choices. We had a bit of a flashback right at the beginning of the episode, which I thought was going to feature more in the episode. We had a flashback to him as a kid, had his parents arguing. I thought we were going to have more flashbacks, but we only had the brief one. Maybe they cut some out of the episode, I don't know. But after waking from the coma, he was basically debating whether he wanted to be a firefighter or not, or whether he just wanted to be close to his dad, which I think is very understandable, especially if that's something that you've wanted to do your whole life, and your dad's a firefighter. You're probably naturally going to have that question of, am I doing this because I want to do this, or because I'm following his footsteps, you know? And I think he kind of didn't really decide by the end of the episode what he wanted, and I'll be intrigued to see where he falls. Because if he decides that he doesn't want to do this anymore, okay, that's fine. Is he going to go and be a police officer? Is he going to go and be a 911 operator? Is he going to go out of the show altogether, or is he going to be in the background of the show? Or is he going to go through something next episode and realise, actually, no, I do want to be a firefighter. I do want to carry on doing this. Because he is good at it. And he just loves the job. But it's whether he wants to do it, rather than because he could be good at it, but you might not want to do it long term. And I'd be very interested to see where he falls. But I like the scenes that he had with the kid that shot him. It was really powerful to go and see the kid, and the kid was clearly not doing so well. He's like, you know who I am? Yeah, I shot you. Are you mad at me? No, of course not, because like I say, I don't put any blame on that kid for what he did. He thought he was doing the right thing. I'm still annoyed with the mother, the grandmother, whoever she was. She could have done something to stop that happening. She didn't. So I felt really felt for the kid who was really struggling with the fact that he picked up a gun and shot an innocent person. But the guy survived, like TK survived, and went and spoke to the kid, and that was really sweet. But I also loved TK's scenes with, I think we found out her name was Zoe. If they said that last episode, I did not catch it. But I just think she's so fun. She's really smart and witty and intelligent and talks to you like a human being. And went over to TK's house after being called over, saying, I don't really know why I'm here. Obviously, he thought she was a psychologist and she's not. But even if when he did think she was, and she said, why am I here? He kind of went, I don't really know. Clearly not doing so good, struggling with his emotions and his feelings and his life choices, as she said. But she just seems so down to earth and genuine. So I hope she's in it for a long time. I know Milo she'll be killed off next week. But I just hope that she's a regular character because she comes across very relatable, very personable, and just very, I don't want to say comfortable is the right word I want to use, but I do feel very comfortable watching her scenes. Like, I don't feel like she's going to screw anyone over or like she's out there for an ulterior motive. She just seems like a nice woman, an intelligent woman who is dating Captain Strand and wants to help do the right thing. So we'll see where her storyline goes. But right now I'm very invested. I think she's very smart. I think she's just very funny. And in a show where it's quite serious and emotional and, you know, I cry at every possible opportunity. It's nice to have a character that's just very funny as well. Has some really fun moments with Paul, with the kid who had the car stuck up his nose. And as I was saying in the episode, when a nurse, because I went through a lot of hospital stuff when I was a kid, and a nurse said to me, it's not going to hurt, and then it hurt, I would be really angry. Like, I would always, I'm sure, I remember saying a few times to people over the course of my life, if it's going to hurt, just tell me so I know. And I prefer that, and I can prepare myself mentally for that. But if someone says it's not going to hurt, and it really hurts, I am mad at them. Because it's just like, you lied to me. You said it wasn't going to hurt. And being in hospital a lot as a kid, there was a lot of, right, we're going to pull this tube out on 3. Ready? Okay, 1. And that would cause a lot of pain. Like, I remember I had a catheter in as a kid, after a kidney transplant. Obviously, that was a tube. And I remember when that came out, the amount of pain. But I remember she did a whole, we tried to pull it out slowly, it hurt too much. Okay, so it's got to come out, we're going to pull it out, but we're going to do it in one big motion. We're going to do it on 3. Did it on 1, and she ripped it out. I remember being so angry with her. And she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't want to hurt you, but I had to pull it out. And I totally get that. But I identified with that child who was like, you lied to me. You said it was going to hurt. It wasn't going to hurt. I totally get that. But there wasn't a lot of, let me think. Other than TK, I can't remember a lot of the ongoing storylines this episode that was really important. And I guess like Grace and Judd and Judd's dad. I don't know how I feel about that storyline because I've seen that storyline before a lot. And yes, storylines are always going to repeat. And you're going to see things in a lot of shows that are going to be in other shows. I get that. But it's just not one of my favourite kind of TV tropes, which is we introduce a mother or a father of one of the characters. So they're going to be kind of elderly. And they're either going to be too ill to take care of themselves. They're going to be dying. They're going to have dementia or something like that. I've seen it in a lot of shows where it's different if it's maybe a character that you know and have fallen in love with. But when it's just like, oh, hey, like dad's coming to visit or dad gives us a call, you kind of know it's usually followed by something bad. And so kind of once they introduced the dad, as much as I like the actor, he was in Montreal Hill, loved him, I just kind of knew that something was wrong, and then we introduced to him in person as he was falling over. And it was the typical storyline that a lot of people in life have to go through, which is your parent keeps falling over, keeps hurting themselves, really injured himself with the glass table, and can't take care of himself properly. It's not safe for him to necessarily be home alone all the time. And you got to have that difficult conversation of, you might need to go and stay somewhere where there's more help, but he's way too proud to listen to that. Until he was bleeding out quite a lot and could have died. So, but they have agreed, you stay at home, but we install various things around the house that will help with your mobility, help with your safety. You wear this thing around your neck so that if you do fall over, you press this button, people come running. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yes, it's good that they're introducing safety measures. I feel like maybe he should have a carer as well that just goes in once a day and checks on him because he's going to get progressively worse, I imagine. And I think he needs that extra help. But it was nice that he got to stay in the home that he's lived in for like 40 years, he said. 30, 40 years. And I totally get that. Like, at my family home, which I've not lived in for, 10. So I moved out when I was 22-ish. So about 10, 11 years. Maybe about 10 years I've not lived there. But that's my home. That's my family home. I would happily, if I had a job nearby, I would go live there again. I'm sure my mum will have something to say about that. But I love that home. I don't ever want to give that up. So I get why he's attached to the family home. I totally felt for him for that. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say on that storyline because I've seen it so many times before. And it wasn't my favourite storyline. As much as I thought Grace was great, I like that he was, as a older white Texan man, was just like, Grace is my favourite. I love Grace. Because it's so easy to have this storyline as well where she's the daughter, or she's the wife of my son, but I'm not keen on her because she's black. But he loved Grace. I thought it was just so nice and refreshing, and how she was very harsh to him and firm with him, and he listened to it. But to his own son, he was like, no. That was nice. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see if that plays much more of a part going forward. But it wasn't my favourite storyline, not because it was bad. It was very well acted. It was powerful, whatnot. It was just, I think I've seen it so many times before. I knew what was coming, and it's just not my favourite TV trope to introduce a parent of one of our characters and they're ill, or they're dying, or they need help. I guess as well come from 911, where the first season had, what was she called? Connie Britton's character, the one that dated Buck. She was taking care of a mum who wasn't so well. Did she have dementia? So it's like repeating storyline, but yeah, all good. Other than that, this episode, I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favourite episode of the season, but the TK stuff was good. Really like Zoe a lot. But I think the best part of the episode for me was the different things the calls they went out on. So the rock incident where the dad got stuck and they saw to help him get out was very claustrophobic. Not like definitely played on one of my fears. The kid with the toy up his nose, the gender reveal party, the space station bit at the end, which has got me very excited for the finale. Really intrigued to see what that means, how epic the finale is going to be, especially with the title Austin, We Have a Problem. That could be a lot of space stuff, which is going to be very out there for 911 in terms of we've never seen, I don't think, anything in space before. Excited to see what the incident is that's caused them to call 911, but also the outcome of that. We'll see next episode, the finale of season 1, where hopefully we're going to get more Iris stuff back. We know she's alive. We know where she is. Right, let's get her and Michelle back together in some way, and see how that all plays out. So let's find out next week. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Please take a look at the page link down below to watch a full reaction to this episode, as well as helping support the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the season finale of 911 Lone Star Season 1. Bye, guys. Take care and stay safe.